Hi you guys! I get a lot of requests from you for food related videos and what I eat in a day and stuff. So I thought I'd do kind of like a little two-part series this week. So today I'm going to show you kind of a typical grocery haul for me, actually a really big grocery haul, and how I meal prep for the week and what my fridge organization is, because I'm a little bit OCD about that. So I just thought that'd be fun and answer a lot of questions that I get. And then I'm also going to do a part 2 to this video, which is what I eat in a day with these foods that you're about to see, and some recipes mixed into both videos throughout. So just wanted to share all that with you guys. Let's dig right in. Okay, I just did a pretty big grocery shop because we were out of like everything. So I'm just gonna do a quick haul for you guys. So I went to Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, and Walgreens. I usually like to do my like home goods type shopping at Target, but I didn't have time to go there today, so I just went to Walgreens for this stuff. I got toilet paper. I like the fancy stuff. These are my ride or die cotton squares. You can only get them at Walgreens. I'm obsessed with them, so every time I go to Walgreens, I stock up. I got some tissues. These razors are what my husband uses, and I suddenly had the brainwave, like, why don't I just use these too? So I got 2 packs of these. Obviously they're not cute and pink, and that's a major downside, but I'm gonna see if those work for me, so it'll just be easier to only buy one type of razor. And then I also got 2 different kinds of white strips, because we were both wanting to try whitening our teeth. I'll let you know how these work. I got my husband's favorite mints. This is the best floss ever. I cannot floss with other floss. And what's this one? Oh, like a mouth guard to use at night too, because I grind my teeth so badly. Then I also got just a couple rolls of paper towels. I like these ones where you can tear off a different size and just use a small one. It's less wasteful. Some Windex. Not the kind that smells good, if anybody remembers my really old video about that. I got a bottle of sparkling wine, because why not? And some bar soap for my husband. I thought this might be good because it says it includes a 1/4 moisturizing cream. I'm always trying to get him to like use things with more moisture. This is my favorite gum. Some packing tape, and this is the toothpaste that we use, Crest 3D White. So that was it from Walgreens. And then as far as actual groceries, at Whole Foods, I got these 2 flavors of LaCroix. These are the ones we always keep on hand, coconut and lime. They're so yummy. And I also just got some bottled water. I usually keep my big refillable bottles with me, but I like to have these for like emergencies, or if somebody comes to fix something, I can offer them like a water to go. I don't know. I just like to have little to-go bottles as well on hand, and we don't go through them very fast because we usually use refillable ones. But okay, then this is everything else from Whole Foods. These are Nate's favorite chips, so I got him those. And I got, this is actually from Amazon, but I picked it up in my Amazon locker at Whole Foods, so it's kind of from Whole Foods. These are marine collagen supplements. I thought I'd try these instead of taking the actual collagen powder. And I got 2 things of my favorite gluten-free tortillas. I think these are really good, and they don't break as easily as other gluten-free tortillas, so they're a little easier to roll up. And I usually get 2, and I put 1 in the freezer and 1 in the fridge so that they last for a while. And I thought I'd try these because I'm a child. They are gluten-free, like little fish sticks basically. This is the gluten-free bread that I usually kind of revert to. I like to try different ones, but this one's pretty good. And I got 2 of my favorite waffles. I usually, basically the way I do it is like Target for home good type stuff, Whole Foods for like packaged food, and Trader Joe's for like fresh food because it's the cheapest. Anyway, so I like these packaged waffles from Whole Foods. They're actually really good. Nate likes them too, and they're gluten-free. I just kind of keep those stocked up because it's like, if you don't know what to have for breakfast, it's a good backup. And then this is my favorite kombucha. This is my favorite gluten-free pasta. You get it in the refrigerator section at Whole Foods. Really good. Then I also got some almond flour. I find this super fine one to be the easiest to bake with. It works really well. I also got some avocado oil. I haven't tried this before. It's called Ripple. I keep wanting to call it Nipple. Doesn't it kind of look like it? But I'll let you know if that's any good. Then I heard that this was good, so I want to try it. It's like an organic cashew. It's not really a yogurt. It's more like a kefir kind of, because you drink it, but it has probiotics. And this thing of cashew milk by the same brand I thought I would try. I like making my own nut milks, but sometimes it goes bad before we can use it, and I hate wasting it. So then I also got a Go Macro bar to keep on hand. In here I have a new kind of dairy-free cheese I want to try. Looks like it might be good. I like to have this apple cider to mix with my apple cider vinegar. It just makes it a little more drinkable. These are the eggs I always get. I think this is like one of the most ethical brands from what I know. It's pasture raised, it's organic. The chickens actually get to like live their life. And one thing I think is really cute about it is that it comes with this little newsletter, and there's like a chicken of the month. Who's the bird of the month? Becky. Look how cute she is. I don't know. This is fun. I would like to write their newsletter for them. But then I got these probiotics. Nate was out of his. These are the ones I pick up. I get mine the same, but the ones for women. And I got this honey. It's from Malibu. It's just local raw honey. It's really good. Okay, and that was it from Whole Foods. And lastly, Trader Joe's, which is my favorite because it's just so affordably priced, and then the stuff they have is also pretty good. So I like to get these to have with chili, little organic. They're basically like Fritos. I got some baby spinach, some bananas. I like their frozen meals there. This one is good, and it's gluten-free and dairy-free. Yeah. It's a fish curry, really good. My favorite is their, what's it called? It's another Indian one. It's so delicious, but it's got gluten in it. Then I like to just get their frozen rice. It's so easy to just whip it up in 3 minutes and it tastes perfect. I got some berries, raspberries. Ooh, I'm so excited about this. I'm going to be doing a Trader Joe's beauty haul for you guys very soon, and I had to try this out first. What else is in here? I got these tea tree oil bar soaps. I like their canned peaches. They're just in white grape juice. They're not in like, you know, corn syrup or anything gross. And they're good to have on hand, like if I run out of fresh fruit. I got a thing of cashew butter. I'm gonna make a cookie tonight that calls for that. This is the peanut butter I always get, and it's like the only place I can find it at Trader Joe's, and I love it, and it's like half the calories of real peanut butter. It's like 2 tablespoons for 100 calories. It's so delicious. All right, then I also got some avocados. You know what those look like. Some tea tree oil. I love their beauty stuff. I can't wait to talk about it. All right, and then I got a salad mix. Just to have an easy, like, throw together kind of salad option. I'm obsessed with these right now. They're so good and they taste so sweet. They're delicious. I like this frozen mushroom medley they have. It's like exotic kind of blend of mushrooms, and they're delicious. Good to throw into like pasta. More sugar snap peas. More mushrooms. And a big thing of organic oranges. Big thing of organic lemons. I mean, you can't beat the prices. Like, I got all these organic lemons for like $1. That would have been like $6 at Whole Foods. And a big thing of baked potatoes. I also got myself some flowers. I just like to pick up something to kind of brighten up the house. I thought these were fun. And Trader Joe's has the cheapest flowers, and they're so beautiful. So that was my haul. Now I have to put all of this away. Hi again. It's actually the next day now. I didn't really have time to do my meal prep yesterday. I just got a shower. I'm air drying my hair. But I'm gonna go ahead and do my meal prep now and show you what I'm doing. It's just gonna be very light and basic this week, just so I have a few like snacks that are healthy and on hand. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is just make some hard-boiled eggs. I use the technique from Cooks Illustrated. I think they're like the ultimate resource. They've never steered me wrong. So basically their technique is just to cover the eggs with cold water about 1 inch, put the burner on high and let them slowly heat up, and then once it hits a boil, I'll cover it, take it off the heat, and let them just sit for 10 minutes. Okay, so my eggs are just starting to boil. You don't want to let it get to like a really rapid rolling boil because that could break the eggs. So I'm going to go ahead and take them off the heat. and just push them to this back burner. Literally put them on the back burner and cover them. Okay, so now my eggs are done. I just drained them and I'm about to run cold water on them. I didn't want to do it on camera because it'll probably be pretty loud. But basically you want to cool the eggs off to stop them from cooking. Otherwise they will like overcook themselves and you'll get those green rings. So I'm just going to cool these for a few minutes and then put them in the fridge. Okay, next up, I'm repurposing the same pot. I love when I can do that and cut down on dishes. But I'm about to make this recipe by Hot for Food, and it is vegan nacho cheese dip, and it's actually really good. So I just thought I'd make a batch to have on hand this week. I can use it as a dip on veggies or with baked potatoes, anything. So the first thing you do with this recipe, it's super simple. You boil 1 cup of potato and half a cup of carrots. So I'm just gonna put these in the water. And I just use baby carrots. Oops, I should have done that sooner. And chop them up because they're already washed and peeled, and it just makes it easy. Obviously I washed and I didn't peel the potato, I just realized, but I don't think that'll matter too much. It might affect the texture a little bit, but that's okay. There's extra nutrients in there. So now I'm just gonna boil this for about 10 minutes to soften these veggies up. Okay, while the potato and carrot cook, those are like the main ingredients, but I'm going to prepare everything else because what you do is just throw it all in the blender and blend it together. It's super easy. So first up, it calls for sunflower seed oil. I don't have that. I'm using avocado oil. Okay, the crisis with the potatoes and carrots has been contained. All right, so anyway, I'm using avocado oil. I think you could use almost any kind of oil. Sunflower is probably good, but I've just never had that on hand. So it calls for 1/4 cup of oil and 1/4 cup of water. Almond milk, what I do is just measure them both in the same measuring cup. It's just easy. Obviously the oil and water separate. I just find that to be the easiest way to do it. So I'm using water instead of almond milk because I don't think it makes a big difference in the flavor, really. So throwing those in. Then I have my dry ingredients here. I actually have a little bit of a concern. I'm out of arrowroot starch, which I think is what gives this the cheesy texture. I did not realize I was out of it, so instead I'm using almond flour. I have some major concerns about that. We'll see. The texture might be really off. I hope it's not, but anyway, then there's nutritional yeast, which adds some really good flavor, pink salt, garlic powder, and onion powder. All of these really add to that like nacho cheese flavor. Then I think this is like the biggest key to the nacho cheese flavor, these jalapeno slices. So it's 6 slices plus some juice. Oh my goodness. It's 6 slices plus 3 tablespoons of juice. I kind of like to go big on that. I like spicy food. If you don't as much, you could dial that way back. Then a tablespoon of tomato paste. In the past, when I was out of tomato paste, I used ketchup and that totally worked. Then 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. I don't feel like measuring. I'm just going to use a half a lemon. I just strained the potatoes and carrots. You really don't want to overcook them because the potatoes get kind of a chalky texture if you overcook. But these are perfect, and I'm just going to add them to the blender of amazingness, and that is it. Just blend it up. The texture looks pretty good, even though I didn't have the right starch. It's not as smooth as it usually is, but I'm not too worried about it because I know the flavor will be the same and be delicious. Okay, let's do the taste test. It's so good. I would eat this like soup. This is so good. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's been so long since I had real nacho cheese, but seriously so good. Next up for my food prep this week, I'm making my peanut butter energy balls. I make these almost every single week. I just love them. They're so easy to grab on the go. And I've actually shown them in another video, so I'm not gonna really go into detail here. I'll put that link below, but these are awesome. And I just roll them up into varying sizes, so I have like options for my snacks throughout the week. And when I have a messy kitchen job, I like to wear these Clean Cuisine food prep gloves. I just hate getting stuff under my nails, and I feel like it's more sanitary even if I wash my hands. What a wonderful world. This is the only thing that sucks about meal prep. All the dishes. So I'm gonna tackle these now. Okay, I take it back. Dishes are not the worst part of meal prep because such a sweet, helpful hubby. Thank you, baby.
My pleasures.
Okay, I have all the groceries put away, so I'm gonna just do a fridge tour for you guys. Let's start with the freezer, actually. I don't want to say I'm OCD about the fridge and the freezer, but I really like for it to look like this, like tidy and not just random. So it's kind of a thing in our household. But anyway, here I have, these are some ice packs I use on my knees. They're really big. I'm not going to pull them out, but they're so helpful with knee pain. Then I've showed you guys this before. When I make soup, I freeze it. I put it in a bag, I lay it flat to freeze, and then I just can stack it like this, like books almost. Then here we've got, I think I forgot to show these in the grocery haul. Well, this is those tortillas, gluten-free. Here I've got 2 Veggie Lovers pizzas, but they are gluten-free and dairy-free. So those are cool. And then way in the back, I don't know if you see that red package with pink ribbon. That is my husband's Valentine's Day gift. I got him snow crab legs because that's his favorite treat in the world. So there, I just wrapped them up and put them in the freezer for him, and we need to go grill those out. Then I like to keep everything in containers when possible. I'm gonna link all of this down below because it's all from Amazon. But this container right here is where I keep like my frozen veggies. So I have those mushroom medleys, some cauliflower stir fry. A lot tidier than having a big stack of bags sliding all over the place. So that's it for the bottom shelf. Then up here, these are cool. These make round ice cubes, so those are fun to put in cocktails. Then I've got my frozen meals and another one of these little things. I like to keep these Arm & Hammer, change these out occasionally and just keep it like smelling fresh. But this is like my packaged box frozen foods that you guys have seen. All these things, but this is just where I store them nice and tidy. Then in the door, on the bottom I have a bunch of ice packs for like my hubby's lunches and if we go on a picnic. These are really cool that I got Nate for cocktails. When you take that black thing out, it's just like a triangle of ice in the cup. So if you're just gonna have like a bourbon or something, it's a good way to keep it cold. It's kind of cool. This is a like thing I've had for like 12 years. It's like a bean bag that you can microwave or freeze for icing or heating sore muscles or whatever. It's great for cramps. I love this thing. And then back here, I've got, I don't know if you guys remember this from like my first favorites video. It looks like a serial killer mask in here. But this is a freezer mask and it really feels so good on your face and it really helps. Like sometimes after a really hard workout, I'll put this on to like calm my face down. Then I have this guy, which is, you can put a bottle of wine in there. So if I'm just like headed to a friend's house, I can bring that. Another cooler pack. I love this thing. This is my ice roller. I also use this on my face. It feels so good. So I always have that in there. And then up here, this is mostly fruit for smoothies. So I've got like cherries, blueberries. I like to just, when bananas are getting too ripe, I peel them, break them into pieces and throw them in these bags and freeze them. Have some frozen grapes just for snacks. And I love these things. These are for cooking with like fresh seasoning, but it's just like little frozen cubes that you can stick when you saute and they turn out great. And then there's one more thing back here I want to show you. Oh, this is like some almond flour that keeps better in the freezer. Where is it? Come to mama. It's gonna be like a fruit avalanche when I get this out. This is another thing I use for sore muscles / knee pain. It's got these like frozen metal balls in it and you push it and like roll it down your leg or wherever needs it and it's like a massage. It feels so good. And the fact that it's in the freezer, it's like icing and massage in one. So I love that thing. Okay, then on the outside I have this from Disney. It's like a little notepad. It's a very Disney fridge, what can I say? You guys know me. Then this is really handy on the side. I have this little magnet cup holder that I keep like to keep like a box cutter for deliveries and checking mail. It just comes in handy. Okay, anyway, then here's the actual fridge situation. Again, I'm kind of like a neat freak about my fridge. I hate just jumbled randomness, so I'll show you all these containers I got. I always wanted them, but I thought they were really expensive, like at the container store. But I found a set on Amazon that was awesome. So in this first little, this is actually a soda bin, like these, but I just use this for snacks because we don't have that much soda in our lives. So I have a bunch of jars of fruit from Trader Joe's. Then in this one, I've got 2 kinds of creamer and some applesauce snacks. This thing is so handy for keeping half an avocado fresh. I love this thing. Then behind it, I have some of the foods that I meal prepped with my peanut butter balls, and the nacho cheese is back there. Here we've got some fruit. In the yellow thing, I like to keep my fresh lemons in that. Then I got these containers at Target, and they're so convenient. I write on them with a dry erase marker. So I just say like what's in it and when it expires, and then I also attach these little hooks so I could hang a measuring spoon. So it's really handy. I can just take like a tablespoon of flaxseed or just use it as a scoop anytime. And on the left side down here, I have like cooking ingredients, stuff that needs to be refrigerated. Behind these are chia seeds. Can you see? Chia seeds and coconut. And then on this side, it's more like snack foods. I have like nuts, which I like to refrigerate because they can go rancid kind of fast. Apple rings, just little snack stuff. And I just love that I can write on it with a dry erase marker. Speaking of which, I also have this. This is how we store our eggs. And I also love to write on this one with dry erase marker. For instance, these last 6 eggs are hard-boiled, so I just draw a line and I write hard-boiled. Then I have the expiration date for these. These 2 were left from our last carton, so they have a different expiration date. It's just so convenient, and then it looks nicer than having a carton in the fridge. The only hazard is if sometimes my husband puts the lid on backwards. And let me tell you, there's nothing worse than cracking into a raw egg with utter certainty that it'll be hard-boiled, and it's not. So if you do this technique, you definitely have to keep the lid facing the right way, but I think everybody in my house is on board with that now. It's not that hard. There's like a lip here, but you know, boys don't think about those things, so just keep that in mind. Otherwise, it's a great way to like keep your eggs sorted and know what you have. Then I've got these 2 soda things. It works really well because as you take the sodas out, they roll forward. And then down here is like my drink section. I keep these 2 full of kombuchas, different flavors. Like I said, I don't always have water, but I do right now. For very rare occasions, I mostly use my pre-bottled waters, which I keep here. But then way in the back, you'll see there's some Gatorade, which I think like one of us was sick, so we got Gatorade, and then it just never got drank, so it'll probably be in the fridge forever. But it's nice to have if you're sick. Then I have apple cider. Over here, this stuff is so good. This cashew yogurt, some almond milk. And back there, look at this ridiculous amount of olives. I love olives. Okay, then this drawer is like protein and bread. This is the only meat in the whole house. It's Nate's turkey. He's very good about eating pescatarian at home with me. I'm very grateful for that, but he does like to make turkey sandwiches sometimes. Then I've got bread, wraps, like my various nut cheeses, some tofu noodles, some regular noodles. This is just like a protein and carb drawer pretty much. I like to keep these things out of sight because otherwise it's just like kind of cluttery. Then this one is the veggie drawer, and then all just like snack veggies underneath. You know how you just go to the fridge wanting a snack? That's the drawer I'm like programmed myself to go in. But speaking of drawers, this is my favorite drawer in the whole fridge, and this is my skincare drawer. I know it's a little bit excessive to have a skincare drawer, but I like some things cold. So I have my rosehip oil, which kind of needs to be in the fridge or else it can go bad. I have my rose toner, which feels so good to spray when it's cold. I have some Lush masks that need to be cold. Some other masks that just feel good cold. My eye patches. my jade rollers, and my gua sha. So this is my little drawer of happiness. I'm very fortunate that Nate lets me have that drawer because it's the best. It's not food, it's skin food. And then the door is like kind of the bane of my overly organized existence. It always looks cluttery, but I do my best. I have my salad dressings in another one of these little containers. Then behind it I have my syrup, a couple of coconut waters. These are vegan butter and margarine. This little section is like peanut butter and jelly. And then just random condiments, pickled condiments, because there just has to there has to be order. And then this is like booze related. So I have a few gluten-free beers, some vermouth, and then this is where I keep my water bottles that I fill up the night before. I'm like 2 down for the day, 1 to go. Hope that was helpful for you guys. You've been asking for this for a little while. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and got some good ideas for healthy, delicious living. Stay tuned for part 2 of my little mini series I decided to do where I share what I eat in a day, and I have at least a couple more recipes for you guys in that one. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next one.